5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition, liftoff.
Here in Goss's garage, we find all kinds of different problems with vehicles. Now, a lot of them may be really troublesome to find. Now, one of the things that we see quite frequently are vehicles where they have one of two problems. One is that you have an unexplained rattle under the front end, especially at low speeds on little teeny bumps and so on, rattle like crazy. And we get these vehicles that come in that they've had all kinds of new parts, new sway bar links and bushings and new ball joints, all of these things, brake parts trying to get rid of this rattle. All right, so that's one problem. Now, another problem is where they turn the steering wheel, and as the steering wheel turns, it binds up and then frees up and then binds up and then frees up. All right, what could be the problem? Well, from the steering wheel down to the rack and pinion, or steering box in some cases, what we have is a shaft, such as we see here. Now, this shaft has universal joints on one or both ends of it, depending on the make and model of the vehicle. It also has a collapsible joint in the center. Now, that rattle that we talked about, well, in many cases, that is going to be the result of wear in this sliding part here. This is built so that as the vehicle torques and twists and so on, this can move in and out a little bit, or in an accident that it can collapse so that you're not impaled on the steering column. All right, so that wears inside and the two pieces rattle back and forth. Now, the other thing, the binding of the steering column as you turn it, here we have a universal joint that on this particular one, we cannot, no matter how much force we put on this, we can move it in one direction, but we certainly can't move it in the other direction. It is seized solid. So when that can't move, as the steering wheel is turned, it binds in that one plane and then loosens up as the other one moves. So you get this binding, release as you turn the steering wheel. For either one of these problems, make sure you check this intermediate shaft, no matter what year, make, and model the vehicle is, to make sure the universal joints are free and move easily, and that the collapsible part of it, the movable part in the center, is completely tight and doesn't rattle. And if you have an interesting question that you'd like to see answered here in Goss's garage, how about dropping me a line at goss-garage.com.